Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us for the segment, we have Wendi Whitmore, Senior Vice President and Head of Unit 42 at Palo Alto Networks, to discuss how the geopolitical macroeconomic landscape impacted cybersecurity in 2023 and what factors will impact 2024. Wendi, it is great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thanks, Jill. Happy to be here today.
You got it. And this year we saw a significant amount of big cyber attacks. Why do you think this is, and will they continue to escalate?
The simple answer is because there's money to be made, right? So attackers, especially those in the cyber criminal side versus nation state, they're seeing money that they're making from these attacks, and they're absolutely going to continue to conduct them.
How has the geopolitical and macroeconomic landscape impacted cybersecurity?
Well, it's a really busy world out there, right? You're aware there's conflict going on everywhere from Asia to the Middle East and many other parts throughout the world. And what that often does is provide a good cover for organizations, and in this case, nation state actors, to operate in the background. So they continue to steal information at an even more rapid pace than before. And that's not even to talk about the work that cyber criminals are able to do as well.
What do you anticipate being the big changes for cybersecurity in 2024? How will AI impact the landscape and the new SEC ruling?
Well, it's interesting because we've already seen the SEC ruling used against organizations by these attackers, right? So they've reported breaches that they have taken advantage of in the wake of organizations themselves not reporting them. So I'm sure we're going to continue to see more of that. In terms of generative AI, we're seeing attackers use that really effectively to craft the communications, whether that's verbal and written, and could even move to video. But we're seeing verbal and written today really being used to accelerate, to just more effectively get into organizations in the first place.
How is Palo Alto responding to these new rules that are being mandated?
Well, you know what? We're investigating more breaches than ever. Our work is up over 50% just in the last couple of months. And so we're incredibly busy helping organizations ensure that they get answers quickly, that we reduce the operational impact of these breaches, and that they have the information they need to then be able to successfully communicate the next steps.
What can businesses do to stay ahead of threat actors as the landscape changes? How are you advising your customers?
I think one of the biggest areas is understanding their attack surface. So, what's exposed in their organization, and that changes, right? We see so many new vulnerabilities being exploited on a daily basis, and just this year alone, we've now seen that vulnerabilities being attacked is the biggest initial attack vector, and that's different than spear phishing and social engineering, which it's been for decades. So organizations really understanding what applications do they have exposed to the internet, being able to quickly close them when needed, I think is incredibly critical.
Wendi, tell us more about Unit 42. What are you doing at Palo Alto Networks to stay ahead of these threats yourself?
Yeah, so Unit 42, we're the eyes and ears on the ground. We respond to breaches and we research and investigate the criminal and nation state actors behind them. So we have retainers with organizations throughout the globe. They can call on us, get answers within minutes, get certainly technology leverage to answer their questions as quickly as possible. And we're doing that to reduce the impact of these attacks and get organizations back to a secure state as quickly as possible.
Anything else from recent cyber criminals and attacks that you feel our listeners should know?
I'd want businesses out there to realize that attackers aren't just understanding the technology, they're actually really understanding how businesses operate and interact with one another, in particular, those business to business relationships and communications. So understanding that, ensuring that executives are aware and doing everything they can to be prepared for an incident, to respond to it, and quickly mitigate it is more critical than it's ever been, Jill.
All right, Wendi, we appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thank you.